Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. All of us live outside as well as inside. Outside life is action oriented, change oriented, dynamism oriented, result oriented, and the inside life is knowledge oriented, wisdom oriented, decision making oriented, worries oriented, frustration oriented, and the list of the inner problems is longer than the outer. Out of these two areas, we begin our life from outside. We never begin our life from inside. Although, in reality, we start from within. Yet, by default, we are out so much that the inner thing is not recognized at all. Therefore, these are the two things we will analyze in our next 3-4 lectures, whatever is remaining. First, our life outside. Outside life also has got two components. One is how we act, and second is what is the attitude behind the action. So, what we do is one part of our external life, and whatever we do, how we do, is the second part of the external life. Now, out of these two, we'll take the first. What should we act? What are the activities where we should get involved? Now, the first principle is, Bhagavad Gita tells, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakrut. There is none in this world who can remain without any action. We are all involved in one or the other action, because we are identified with the matter, and the matter is the one which cannot remain unchanging. It is changing. So, the first principle is, we have no option. Whether you want to work or you don't want to work, whether you want to act or you don't want to act, this choice is not given to us. So, act we must, first principle. Now, when we have to act in this world, the question is there any discipline of getting involved in this world, or we get involved in this world with the illusion of freedom called as the licentiousness? See? Yesterday I gave you one example. When I have to work or act, I must know my identity. Without the clear identity of one's own being, proper decision about the area of my action cannot be determined. So what I am supposed to do is determined by what I am. Suppose I have gone to the market and opposite my wife is coming. And I have to behave that in this world I treat everybody as sister or mother. Wife is at home. So when she comes, "Behen ji tuanu kitho dekhya?" Nahi. I have to continue to remember at a spur of a moment what is my identity. And when the identity is clear, the duties are automatically defined. See? The problem is the clarity in identity. Now, for example, which teacher does not know what are the duties of a teacher? Which student doesn't know what are the duties of a student? Which husband doesn't know what are the duties of a husband? All the wives, nobody knows. This is what I have heard, therefore I'm telling you. I got, like people have Divya Drishti, I got Divya hearing ability. You know that Divya hearing ability is what? This is called as selective hearing. You hear only what you want to hear. Not what is said or what is really meant. So, all of us very clearly know what are the duties associated with a particular position. Now what happens? For some reason or the other, we forget our identity for the time being, and therefore we are not able to perform our duties perfectly well. See, the other day, one father was telling me, somebody asked me the other day, Swami, I have never seen you preparing for your lecture or studying and reading, and where from you get all these examples? So I told him, you wait for some time, you get the reply. And at very moment, one phone came. Swamiji, are you alone? I said, no. Who is there? I said, an example. Because, every interaction you can learn. When you are alert to learn from every interaction in this world, day by day you grow wise. And if you refuse to learn from any of your experience, then day by day you grow old and otherwise, not wise. So, there was one father, his daughter was very good in, this dance. And he was so obsessed that my daughter must become the best dancer of the whole world. That small little girl, 4 years, 5 years. Now she also has got some other choice before her. But the dad is after her. No, you have to go for the class. Now listen and then do. And tata thaiya. What I have understood about this Bharatanatyam is, simple things made complicated is Bharatanatyam. When you are to do namaskar somebody, you say namaskar. They will not do namaskar. I don't know what do they get out of it, but they do it. Isn't it? So, that father was constantly after that daughter. You go this thing, then after that the teacher will say she should do practice at home, that is important. Then at home also, again he is after, come on, this is the time for your practice, come on, start your practice. Now that girl, sweet girl, 5, 6, 7 years girl, wants to sleep and be cozy and do this thing, eat that thing. But if you eat this thing, that thing, your figure will go, you will not be able to dance. She got so fed up. She took a vow, in my life I will never dance. Now what will you do? And afterwards, the same father told me, Swamiji, I regret the way I have dealt with my own daughter. I was pushing her so much that because of that, she has given up. Now this delayed wisdom becomes philosophy for others. He should have understood in his own life. So as a father, what is my duty, I understand. But when I become over-obsessed by a particular identity and I neglect all other roles that I had to play, I overact. And that overacting creates problem in our life. Therefore, our scriptures have divided our existence in 4 multiplied by 4 varieties. And that is called as first, we all must be very clear as to what is our ability. We should never try to do mimicry of others. Never. We must know, behind one truck, I have seen, beautiful, all the trucks of India are my guru. On one truck it was written, very simple sentence, Apni awqat pehchano. How beautiful it is. They say, don't try to do what others are doing. Find out what for you are capable. So, the first is discover your own ability and then function in that. No, I want my son to go for engineering. Another case in Bombay. The father and the son, always headlong. The boy was in class 7 or 8 or 9, something like that. And the father was also in a school only, because never listening to anybody. And he was an engineer. Now constantly he wants his son to become an engineer. And that son is the one, if you ask him 3 plus 5, he will say, where is the calculator? Now the one who wants a calculator to find out 3 plus 5 how much, he is good for a doctor. Not for an engineer. Doctors have to maximum remember how much gauges or the things that live inside, and when you take out, 4 were put inside, 4 have come out, is enough. Not more than that. Even that also they forget. They leave inside something. So, as a result, his father and the son were constantly fighting, non-stop. And naturally, the victim is the lady of the house, because she is in the 2 blades of husband and a son, totally destroyed. So she told me, Swamiji, this is the condition of our house, what should we do? I said, first of all, invite me for food. You know, we should be practical, is it not? There should not be a theoretical solution. Practically we start. Invite me for food. And then I said, do not tell your son or your father to come and do namaskar to me and all that. Just leave them and leave me also. You only cook good food. The rest of the things we'll manage. And then I started talking to the child about cricket and chess and golf and all other things, and with the father about the bull going up and the bull going down. The father likes the bullish talk and the son likes the foolish talk. And I have got both the stocks with me. So I started. And slowly, the gap between us thawed, went away. We were taking food. So, the husband said, Swamiji, you should come regularly, every day. He said, why? Such a good food I have never seen in our house. Now he became my friend. Then I told him, I said, do you know why the food is so good? Because I have come once in a while. If I start coming to your house now and then, as you get the same vegetable served in 4 places and with 4 different dressings. Sabji is the same. Aloo tomato or aloo matar. And on that, on one, there is, that dhania. On other one, the coconut. And the third one, dahi. And if you, there are 3 dishes, but inside it is the same thing. So, slowly we became friends over a period of a month or so. And then this question naturally he asked, Swamiji, we have got such a big industry, engineering, but this son of mine, he is not able to understand. I said, look here, whether he understands or not, that we'll decide later. But do you understand? And he doesn't have that aptitude. Don't force on him. That is not the cul-de-sac of our life. There are many possibilities. And he wants to go in the arts. I said, let him go. And when I said, okay, son, if you say, I have no objection. I said, all right. The moment the son got the permission to study arts, he took economics and all that. And there he grew so well. Now, then he has become specialized in finance and all that. So what this engineer was doing with the hammer and a chisel and a screwdriver and a stroke, he was able to do better by the stroke of a pen. So, we must know what for we are capable of doing the things. Never force our views on others and never get carried away by what others say. Don't mind my bottling. Because I am so jam-packed here, my hand cannot reach up to the glass. See, it can't reach there. If I come for everything will fall down. So, first principle, find out what is our capability, accordingly live. And these capabilities are divided under 4 categories. First category, he who is knowledge-oriented, he who is research-oriented, he who is study-oriented, and for that he has got tremendous dispassion for the worldly involvement. Such people are the one category. Now, second category of people are those who have a great ability to organize, lead, guide, help, and make something sense out of a chaos. The leading ability, leadership, the second type of person or the class. The third one is the one who has got a vision to produce wealth and misappropriate wealth. CAs. अभी तक के साइलेंट मोड में चल रहा था क्या? अच्छा महाराज. So, third is that class where they put lot of effort, they produce wealth, trade, etc. And the fourth class is government servant. They don't want to do anything, want only salary. Simple, they are very simple people. All holidays and every day is a payday. That is nothing like that. So these are the 4 categories. Therefore, apni awqat pehchano, find out what is your own aptitude. One day one person asked me in US, Swamiji, I want to know, see, when I listen to you, I want to be spiritual. And when I go in the market, I want to be a businessman. So I am always at a crossroad what I should do. Is it possible that I can be a businessman also as well as spiritual person also? I said, yes, it's possible. Many people do that. You do that. What is that? Make spirituality as a business. Many people do that. Will you please come for delivering lectures? Yes. When it is possible, first of all, send your request with maybe 5 lakhs draft. After that draft is received, your request is accepted. Then for fixing the dates, the remaining balance, maybe about 5-7 lakhs. And then whatever collection will be there, that will be of course mine. Isn't it? Spiritual business. So, if we are very sincere to ourselves, find out which is the area which is natural inclination for you. Very important. But this we don't understand. One mother came one day and started telling me, Swamiji, this world is very bad. I said, thank God I am not created. He said, no, Swamiji, this world is so bad. Do you know what happened? I said, I don't know what happened. You know, my neighbor, she is such a bad lady. I said, every neighbor is bad. It's a universal phenomena. You know what she did? I said, I don't know. She gave me sweets in the morning. I said, then she should give you danda or what? She is bad. You don't understand, Swamiji. That's why you are a Swami. Please tell me, what happened? Her son came in merit list. And she gave me the sweets. I said, what is bad in that? I can't understand you. She said, you know why she gave me sweets? My son failed for the 4th time. Just to tease me, she has given the sweets. This kind of complicated thinking ladies alone can do. Gents never think. And ladies think in this terrible manner. So, I said, anyway, have you eaten the sweet or not? That is important. No, I have not eaten. I said, okay, keep it. Thank you very much. And I had thrown it away. Who will eat her sweet? Who knows, she may put something in that. Now, next. Swamiji, leave that aside. Other people's children, they come in merit. And God, I don't know why He is so displeased with me. My son failed for 4th time. Why? I said, Mama, in your question the answer is your son, is it not? We don't understand that. We want, because somebody's son is coming first class, first, my son should come. But we also should know that there is something called as law of heredity. About this, one example I'll tell you. There is one watchman where I stay. And he himself must have studied maximum 2nd, 3rd standard like that. Not at all intelligent. Even the face you look at him, the thieves will go away. How to steal anything from here? No inspiration. Now his son was studying in class 10th. And other people in the same campus, they are professors and directors and doctors. Now their children are bright. Now this boy is also the same age group. Therefore, as regards playing, cricket, running, gossiping, all are together. But when it comes to study, that time your kidney should be perfect. Do you know that? No? There was a school, and in that school, the teacher told, come on, kids, be attentive. I want to know how much intelligent you are. I'll tell only once. And let me know who can tell correctly. So the teacher started telling. These are fingers, thumb, palm, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. Clear? Yes. Now you tell. So once shoulder, upper arm, stop. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Everybody said wrong. One child, he did not raise his hand. You try. He said, okay. And he said perfectly well, without any mistake. Then the teacher, she was so surprised. Hey, how come? Kidney. That is the joke of kidney. Because, my kidney is so powerful. I can remember it. So this boy When he was forced to study and have higher ranks and good marks, he was so much under pressure. Before the examination, he disappeared from home, along with 2, 3 of the same kind, dumb students. And then the father was frustrated, and somehow or the other, after 3, 4 days, the child was found. And then he came to me, Swamiji, I said, if you want to make your life all right, please listen. Don't talk one word to your son about this event. Don't expect him to study at all. Then I asked him, tell me how much you have studied. Swamiji, I could not study. I said, then he is your son. Don't forget that. Don't try to compare him with the son of the director. And the director is in that position after having gone through a tremendous, rigorous discipline. See, don't go into that government approach, reservation for every fool. No. You have to be capable. So, the first principle, when you are functioning in the outer world, the field of activity, select your field of activity according to your choice of your capacity. Choose the right thing. Another example I'll tell you, there was one person, something happened, his job gone and all that. He served as, managing director, 3, 4 cars and everything. And suddenly something has happened and everything was over. So somebody suggested him, he said, why don't you start some trading, some shop? He took loan and all that and started a shop. Within 1 month, he has lost 10 lakhs rupees. Now see, one pan wala, he earns so much because he is committed to that. He is working day and night. The one who is the managing director with the 10 cars under his disposal, if he sits in a shop and starts waiting for the customer, it is very custom and you mur because of that. See? Therefore, the first principle, we must be aware, wherever we are functioning, find out your own abilities and capabilities. Never follow blindly like the sheep flock. Second thing is, are we functioning under a disciplined identity or a vagabond identity? Now here I'll tell you some important thing. If we are functioning in this world without any control, what will happen will be like a car which can go at a very tremendous high speed. But only one problem in this car is, Babuji, when you take this car, it's very good. But when you apply brake at Navrangpura, the car stops at AMA. Now, what is the use of such a high-speed car? In the same manner, we must know which is the area where we have to get involved, and we also must know how long and no further. See? When these two principles are taken into account, this is technically called as the Varnashrama Vyavastha. What I told you so far is this. Varna is what? Varna means that by which you are described, you are defined, you are explained what you are. So whether you are knowledge oriented, whether you are the leadership oriented, whether you are trade oriented, or whether you are service oriented, according to that, decide your lifestyle and perform in that area. Now second thing, all of us divide our life into 4 categories. Again, one is the time when we are supposed to acquire knowledge so that our subsequent life is lived proper. That is the student period of our life. The second thing is, after you have studied, earned and got your knowledge degrees, then you earn the bread, you get married and settle in life. This is the second stage. After you have lived your married life, you have to yourself decide, this is the time for VRS. You have to decide before they give you not a golden shake hand, but a hard kick. See, very important. And when we don't understand this, we keep on meddling in the lives of our children, even although they are standing on their own feet. There was one boy, he got into the bus, huge structure, and there was one small, short, old man holding the seat and standing there. This fellow got. Then this old man asked, "A young man, when will you learn to stand on your own feet?" "Why? I am standing on my own feet?" "No, you are standing on my feet." So, we have to be very clear that we have to withdraw from the world. Very, very important. A dignified withdrawal is better than a forceful exit. You know, in your management project reports, there is one topic you all must be knowing, and that is exit policy. Is it not? The exit policy for the life is the third stage called as the retirement stage or the Vanaprastha. Let us lead our life in his holistic approach. Then see how beautiful the life is. But what happens? We hold on till the people have to tell, "Mom, Dad, will you please shut up your mouth?" And then we say, "Swamiji, Kali Yuga has come." One child told me, "Swamiji, Kali Yuga has come." I said, why for you Kali Yuga? What happened? He said, "See, parents don't listen to us." Now see, Kali Yuga is for both, the parents as well as the children. I said, "Hey, what do you mean Kali Yuga has come, parents don't listen to you?" He said, "You know, in Dwapar Yuga, Dhritarashtra was listening everything to Duryodhana, but my dad is worse than that. Doesn't listen to me." So, these are the 4 plus 4, 8 criteria based on which our functioning in the world is defined. So, what we should act in this world? Which is the area of our performance, which is the area of our involvement. This is the area beyond which we should not go. By this, what will happen? See, by this, when you are doing all your duties according to the station in life, if you are a sincere student, studying hard and working hard so you can get whatever you want, naturally, you don't have time for gundagardi. Then if you are a responsible householder, a grahastha, then you will lead your life in such a beautiful manner that you have no time for unwanted things. See? You know, once somebody got married and then after marriage they come to us to take blessings. "Swamiji, please give them advice." So I tell them, you know, before marriage, had they come, I would have given them advice. After marriage, I can only pray. What advice can be given to a married person? No, please tell them something. So I said, "Okay, I'll tell to my girl, not to the boys." Okay, then I told that girl, I said, "Hey, only to you I am talking, others should close their ears." And I told loudly. I said, "Catch hold of his tongue and his ear. This is the advice for you." "Okay, Swamiji." She was very happy. Now the mother-in-law said, "Swamiji, what are you telling my daughter-in-law?" I said, "No, look here. This is technical terminology like mouse, hardware, software. In the same manner, this is the technical terminology. When I said, catch hold of the tongue of your husband, that doesn't you take the same with which you take the, hot bartan out with the same? No, not that. Give him such tasty and lovely and wonderful and hot food that he will become your slave. Then he will not run around. Otherwise, I am so tired of eating at home. Means what? Home food is horrible. Catch hold of his tongue. Second, catch hold of his ear. Means what? Don't go on constantly complaining. You have to go through life. Complaining, that fellow is already frustrated outside. He comes home only to get some solace. Instead of that, he get the catharsis. No, don't do that. When these two things are taken care of, your life will be lived beautifully and happily. Now tell me, when the husband, wife and the grahasthas together are busy in living such a symbiotic existence, where they have time to go and fight and disappear in the world, cannot be. See, such people are extremely happy and they lead a happy life. Now the third stage. When you have lived your life, let your children live their life. Why meddle in their life every now and then? Beta, no, Swamiji ko namaskar karo. And ourselves, Vivekananda. We don't want to bend, and we want our grandchild to do the namaskar. Let him live his own life. This we don't want to give up our hold on the family. But this is the time you prepare for your next journey, next life, what you have to do. We are not in this world for all the time to come. Prepare. That is, preparation period is the Vanaprastha period. And the last one is the sannyasa period, wherein before God makes you sannyasi, you become a sannyasi. You know how the God makes you sannyasi? One of the partner of the pair is taken off. And then you remain there frustrated, waiting for the death to come. Instead of living that pathetic existence, choose yourself and lead a complete life. This whole thing put together is called as leading life according to your dharma. Please understand this. Our vision should not be with the blinkers and a short sight. That is the materialistic approach of life. Our approach should have the vision which is beyond the perception of the average person. When we thus lead our life, the most important thing that happens toward the end of our life, there are two things which torture every human being towards the end of his life. One is regrets of what he has done when he or she was young. And second, regrets for what he should have done but have never done. As a result, in the old age, there is nothing but the load of regrets on the head. You know how I know about this? Many elderly people, they come and talk to us in confidence. And what is the gist of their talk is only this. Swamiji, I don't know to whom to talk, but I have really made a mess of my life. One example I'll tell you. This happened in some place. I'll not tell you the place and the name of a person, but it is not fictitious, it is real. That old man was not well in the bed, so I happened to go there, I met him. He told his people, you all get out, I want to sit with Swamiji. I used to call him Guruji. He was doctorate and a very well learned professor, but I used to call him Guruji. And I said, Guruji, what is the time? What is the problem? He started crying. So what happened? He said, Swamiji, at least you don't call me Guruji. Whenever anybody honors me, Dr. Saab, Professor Saab, Guruji, I feel I am being abused. Say, why? What happened? The truth I know. How I have come to this position. What cheating I have done. Nobody knows about it. In the eyes of the world, I am a great, nice man. But in the heart of my heart, I hate myself. Friends, that is the worst type of experience anybody should never have. One extreme. Another extreme. We might not have done anything good or bad. Our life had been very beautiful. Yet we have not prepared ourselves to lead the dark days of our life. Another example. There was one Devrani. Devrani doesn't mean a Sindhi. Devrani means a sister-in-law. Because all the names ending in ni are Sindhi, isn't it? Pancha Mahabhutani. Isn't it? Karmani, Kartavyani, Phalam Phale Phalani. So, this person came and that Devrani came and she brought with her Jethani. Devrani was a regular listener and she was very close to me. So Jethani came, she sat for half an hour and then she said, Devrani तुम बाहर चले जाओ, मुझे स्वामी जी से personally बात करनी है. So Takhliya, she went out and I was face to face with the reality. Now Jethani watch, she started. Swamiji, I have no problems. And yet I am not happy. What is the reason? When I see you laughing, giggling even on the TV, I feel ashamed of me. Why can't I enjoy every moment of my life? There is nothing lacking in my life. Then she enumerated. I have got a husband who has got his industries, factories all over the world, and he is trotting from one continent to another continent. Money is no problem. And I have got 4 sons, all of them married, and they have got their wives, and they have got three children. As regard the family life is concerned, perfection. As regard I am concerned, health-wise I am perfectly already, I don't have any problem. And I have got plenty of money. I have got the chauffeur-driven cars. I have got blank check book. Whatever I want, I can do. In spite of all this, I don't know. Why don't I feel that joy? I said, Amma, I'll tell you straight away. If you are ready and courageous enough to listen to me, or else I can bluff you. So she said, for a change, tell the truth. I said, all right. So I told her, I said, Amma, you know, but you are not ready to accept. So what is that? I am not able to understand. I said, Amma, you know that you are not wanted by anybody. Your old husband is busy in his own business, he doesn't need you. Your sons, they are busy with their wives, they don't need you. Your grandchildren, you are too outdated for them. They also don't need you. Now you have come to this realization. Nobody needs you. And that is the most painful experience in life. See, friends, prepare yourself for that. If you don't prepare, like every other old man, dying because there is nothing to live for. See, all the VRS fellows, why there are problems at home? You know what is the VRS philosophy? VRS philosophy is remove the problem from the office and transfer them at home. You know? Like, you know, we have got, move this file from the hard drive to the C disk, or from the C to this particular thing, or from this folder to that folder. So VRS is transfer of the problematic files from the office to the home. And then at home, we become a problem. Because there is nothing. Since morning it begins. हाँ, चाय के लिए क्या है? दूध है. चाय के लिए क्या है? Whole day goes only in that rubbish. Therefore, friends, the field where we are working outside, what we should live, which is the area where we should get involved, and what should be the format. Format should be our total life has to be taken into consideration. With this wide vision, when you look at your life, the life has got the most beautiful experience. See, when you go to a picture, a huge portrait, maybe the size of my backdrop, and if you go very near to that portrait and try to see, it will look only ugly. If you go at such a long distance, and from there when you see, you will not be able to even see properly. So what is the best way? Best way is stand at a proper distance and enjoy the beauty of the portrait. In the same manner, we have to learn to stand at a proper distance from the life and play the game of life with this understanding. See? Such a person will have zero regret levels. I went to probably Denmark or Sweden, probably Denmark. On the airport, when we got down, first thing it was written there, we tolerate zero level corruption. So immediately my Indian mind started working. We do not tolerate non-corruption. Isn't it? So, when our mind is thus, without any regrets, life without the load of regrets is lived. Life with a lot of load of regrets is nothing but death lived throughout the life. And as a result, we are so disgusted, frustrated, tense, depressed, dejected. The other day, somebody came to meet me. I don't know if I told here, because I have loved so many places, I don't remember where is what. One lady came for my recent camp, and her sister came from US. And my Anubhavananda camp, this New Year camp I conduct every year in Lonavala. So we have got a lot of fun there, meditation also. Meditation also is fun. We have got a funny meditation. And that lady also came, and she said, Swamiji, next time when you go to Himalayas, I want to come with you. I really enjoyed these 3-4 days. It was such a great experience. Tell me something more. I said, shall I tell you? Yes. First of all, you go to a beauty parlor and make yourself presentable. I said, look at your elder sister. I hugged her. I said, see how sweet she is. You feel like looking at her. See? Please remember this very important aspect of our life. All the frustration, dejection, crying and regrets, do that in the toilet. Flush out. And when you came out in the world, then wear a smile as the last touch of your cosmetic treatment. And then the life is lived. Otherwise, what is the use of having so much of money, so much of wealth, so much of name and fame, and the face is like a bangan ka bharta? Why? Manufactured effect? See? God has made us a piece of beauty. Let that be exhibited through us. Let us not have the wrong kind of funny notion that simple living, high thinking. It is stupid living and high thinking. It is not a high thinking. So when I said like, Swamiji, her sister told me, You gave her straight on her face. I said, you should thank me, I did not hit her. Now the reason is, because they are not living their life in totality. Constant tensions, frustrations, children don't listen, these don't listen. One of the problems, he said, Swamiji, you don't know anything. I said, tell me. My children are such a problem, they never listen one word to me. Will not I get frustrated? I said, Mama, when you went to USA, did your parents tell you, stay here? Yes, they told. Did you stay? No. This is the repeat performance. See? In our country, we don't get food to eat or what? You have to go to an arrogant place to destroy your life under a luxurious frustration. See? Let us learn to look at our life in its totality, not in one small corner. And when we are not able to do that, we get influenced by small little things so much that the big thing is forgotten. See? You must have seen, in many marriages. Now, marriage is a time to appear happy. Isn't it? So, in one marriage in Bombay it happened, Dadar. I go for marriages because I could not do mine, so I enjoy that way. This is the secret of my happiness. When you learn to be happy in the happiness of others, you will never be miserable. So I am happy when people get married. So happiness remains with me, remaining with them. So from every newly married couple, happiness I get, and remaining all the couples suffer. So when I went for a marriage, and the same standard thing, you stand there and a video and a camera and a smile, you have to smile there. It's a tragedy. It is a PC actually, public confession, smile there. And then my interest is food. So I came, took my meal and I was sitting. One old lady came. Swamiji, I said, my God, now again question here. I feel so afraid of people, I tell you, lately. Because anybody comes and straight away asks question as if I am a questionable personality. Straight away. And if I am a questionable personality, they are doubtful people. So she said, Swamiji, I am feeling very bad. I said, oh, what can I do? Take some water and keep cool. No. Look at that girl. I said, are you jealous or what? Or you are proposing me? Amma, you are my grandmother. Swamiji, you don't understand anything. I said, tell me. Swamiji, and she started crying, because she was old, she was crying with a cloth. Taking her pallu and Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, crying. Modern girls, when they cry with a tissue paper and a nose. Because of the tissue culture. So, she being an old lady, she was crying like that. And after her crying was over, I was eating. I said, you take your own time. And then she said, Swamiji, when I look at that girl, I said, do you remember your childhood? No. Then I remember my daughter. I said, what happened to her? She died when she was 6 months. Had she not died, she would have been this age and I would have got her married. Now, this kind of life is the most disgusting life. Don't get hooked up to one issue in your life. Everybody in this world has some or the other problem. The only way to get out of the problem is not to talk, discuss, think, argue, justify about any problem that you have. See, problems survive when you justify them. Problems remain alive when you give them life by thinking about them. See? And therefore, the best way is look at the total life. And when you look at the total life, you will come to know that we all have much more than what we deserve. But what we have, that we are not aware. And what we don't have, about that only we point finger to the world and to the Lord. Most ungrateful people we. You must have seen the children, when they lose their first tooth, not in the old age, because they lose all the teeth. There was one husband, he was given some sweet to be eaten. And some laddu. And the old wife was inside, and this old man came and was going below the bed. And she said, "What are you doing? I am seeing that laddu you gave me, it has fallen. Don't worry about it. Take another one." "No, I want that only." "But why?" "My teeth are there." So, for the first time, when we lose our tooth, our tongue goes only to that gap, is it not? What we have, that we don't talk. What we don't have, that alone we exaggerate. Is it not? Our tongue doesn't go to the presence of the healthy teeth around. Only one tooth which has fallen, there we go 10 times. See how terrible it is. And because of this, we suffer in life. Therefore, if you want to look at the life, look in its totality. And then you will see that you have really lived a complete life. And how do we know whether we have really lived a complete life or not? Only one parameter. 12th chapter of Gita tells, Yasmannodvijate lokaha lokannodvijate chayaha harshamarcha bhayodvegaihi muktaha yassachame priyaha. He who is not a human repellent. You know, we know the mosquito repellents, all out. Similarly, many of us become the human repellent. All youngsters, when they are giggling, laughing, enjoying and cutting all kinds of jokes, I go there. The moment I go there, slowly, the effect starts becoming conspicuous. Somebody remembers to go to bathroom. Somebody's examination comes, somebody has to phone, something happens, and in no time everybody disperses and ekameva ditiya, nana asti. Only Nanaji is there. Everybody has gone. One lady asked me this question. Swamiji, I went to their house. This happened in Hyderabad. A very big, huge family, and about maybe 8, 9 sons and 3, 4 daughters, and like a Kaurava family, huge one. And it was a Diwali. I went and celebrated Diwali with them. And we were all sitting together in a huge kind of jhula and giggling, eating, laughing, joking, TV, noise, music, everything was going on. And then when we were in the top mode, that time this old lady came. Swamiji, slowly, everybody remembered their most urgent work. And all the 7, 8 sons, then the daughters and their wife and their children, everybody disappeared, and there I was alone facing the challenge. Being the disciple of Bhagwan Krishna, I did not give up. So she said, Swamiji, have you seen? I said, what I have seen? See, When you were all sitting here giggling, laughing, I was so happy. And therefore I came to join. But the moment I came, see, everybody has gone. Why this happens? I said, because Amma, you must have not donated Odomos in your last life. Therefore, in this life, you have become Odomos. Do you know why this happens? Please be attentive. This happens only when we are constantly talking about our past and we have no concern about the future of the present generation. Please remember, nobody is interested in our past. Everybody is interested in their own future. But we have such a long past that there is no future. And the youngsters, they have a long future to live. But we can't help constantly bringing the past. And therefore, people are tired of our presence. How do we know whether we have lived our life really beautifully and perfectly? This is one sign. Are we received by the world with cheer, joy, happiness, or we are rejected by the world? See, there is nobody who will give a certificate. It is our own performance will be determining everything else. Very, very important. Therefore, let us not have the hang-ups of our past. Start living more and more in the present. And the more you start living in the present, lesser will be the worries about the future. And this is how the life has to be lived in its totality and not get hooked up in one small issue. Otherwise, one small issue is enough to destroy our whole life. One example I'll give you. How we destroy our life. It is something like this. Somebody is extremely beautiful from all points of view. Except there is somewhere one small patch of leukoderma. That one small patch of leukoderma nullifies all other positive qualities of beauty of that boy or a girl. Is it not? In the same manner, we have everything in this life. And yet, one small spot of leukoderma getting unnecessarily over-involved in one issue of life. Because we have not learned to live and go ahead. Yasman no dvijate lokaha. And lokan no dvijate chaya. Second aspect. Normally you will see, elderly people have one, kind of a license given to themselves by themselves. They go on condemning the younger generation, non-stop. See? To condemn the youth, telling that they are useless. Our Swami used to say, they are not useless, they are useless. Because we don't have the ability to discover the potentiality of individual and let them grow in that. When these two things are clearly understood by us, Yasman no dvijate lokaha, we don't become the human repellents, and lokan no dvijate chayaha, he who doesn't have complaints about the world at all. See? When you don't complain about anybody in this world, you will not complain about your daughter-in-law, your son-in-law, your neighbor, or about anything. Such a person is liked by everybody. See? And then, don't be content with that. Prepare yourself for the next journey. See, during this winter also, some people go to enjoy the snowfall. So when they are preparing that, during this Christmas we'll go to Auli near Joshimath, or we'll go to Shimla or Kulu Manali, or we'll go to Himalayas and all that. When they are preparing it, they prepare for 4 months, 5 months. And with what a great enthusiasm they prepare. And be very attentive, as their day of departure is approaching nearer and nearer, their enthusiasm is more and more. And they are so happy, hey, I'm going. Friends, prepare with the same spirit to leave this mortal coil and enter a new area of life. See? Then we have lived. Otherwise, the most pathetic thing in life is the fear of death. And the fear of death starts appearing in our life when we feel insecure. The other day, one lady made me, not old, she must be about 50 plus. She came, and the moment she saw, started crying. I said, Amma, I'm not that ugly that you are looking at me and crying. Swamiji, I don't know how to start. I said, you already started. How to start means what? You want tabla peti or what? No, Swamiji, I have got a big problem. I said, what is the problem? Husband? No, that is biggest. Big problem. Her big problem was, Swamiji, I don't know why I have suddenly started feeling a sense of insecurity. See? Now when this sense of insecurity is present in us, you cannot enjoy life. All the time fear. When you are flying, sense of insecurity. I don't know whether there is a bomb in that. Suppose it happens. Then what will happen? You need not be answered that question. Once I was going to Badrinath, and some NRIs were with me. And when you go to Badrinath from Rishikesh, you start, Swamiji, Himalayas, what a holy feeling. See the Ganges. I feel that I am in that ancient Gurukul India. This Gurukul word is the most misunderstood word. They imagine that during that time there were, only mud huts, and there only the terrible looking monsters were living as the Babajis, and only they were talking in Sanskrit. This is their mind's projection. None of them have ever seen that. But they go on imagining. With that imagination data, Swamiji, how beautiful the Himalayas, and are still the Gurukul there. That all the disciples are going there with the dish antenna. Isn't it? And they are all chanting, Om Sastrashir Shah Purushaha Sastraksha Sastrapad. Oh, look at the birds chirping, Swamiji, how sweet. I said, okay, you keep on talking, I am listening. After you go a little bit ahead, when you scale the heights, then you look down at the same Ganges. Swamiji, shall I sit from this side? I said, you have pushed me away from the window seat and you wanted to sit there? No, Swamiji, please, I am extremely afraid now. I said, all right, sit this side. And then, Swamiji, please tell me, suppose our bus goes down into this. So I didn't reply. Again, Swamiji, I am asking you a question. Swamiji, if our bus goes right down into the Ganges, about 4,000 or 5,000 feet, what will happen? Again I kept quiet. Swamiji, I said, this question need not be answered. Because you will not be there. To whom will I talk? Let it happen if you want that way. This sense of insecurity is the most painful experience in life. Therefore, friends, we have seen one aspect. When we are leading our life in this world, all what I have spoken to you is called as a life of a Karmayogi. Don't give the wrong meaning to this Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means, first of all, you have become very serious. Why? Karma Yogi. This is a Karma Roga, not Yoga. A Rogi alone is serious. A Yogi is not serious at all. See? I went in one ashram in South. And it was pretty late, about 8:39. So after I finished my eating something, and then they have called all the disciples. And Swami say something to them, give them blessings. They are disciples here, 3 years study. Now they are here for last 2 years. And all of them were so serious, as if everybody has eaten handful of caterpillars. When you eat a handful of caterpillar, what a feeling will come on your face. Ah, nice. No. My God. 2 years of Vedanta. As if it was a constipation of knowledge. So I started firing left and right. 1 hour, they were bubbling, laughing and jumping out of their skin. And when we left, afterwards, next day, one person came and told me, Swamiji, in last 2 years, we have laughed for the first time. This is not the life of a Karmayogi. I'll give the definition of Karmayoga and conclude. Karmayoga is expression of inherent joy in and through every action is Karmayoga. It doesn't matter what you do. What matters is how you do. Are you doing everything cheerfully and happily? Even if you have to fight with your wife, fight happily. There will be such a joy. Why? It won't be a fight. Therefore, friends, this is one aspect of our life. So what we have discussed, the area of operation, the identity with which our duties can be defined. If you keep yourself properly occupied in your life, you have no regrets to harvest toward the end of your life, and your life will never become a burden, and you will be ready to take off from this world, because now you are preparing. Here my game is over, and I declare 700 and odd for 9. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.